So, it's been a while since I played a Dragon Ball Z game. But then again, I did play Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2. And that game was pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed it. And it reminded me of Dragon Ball Z Apocalypse, which was a game that was online some time ago. And that game right here, I mean, I heard about it. I'm just like, might as well try it out. And, I played through all three story arcs in this game, and it was the first arc is you play from the good perspective. The second arc is you play from the bad perspective, and the third arc is you play from the android perspective. And technically, it was just very repetitive because you're pretty much doing the same thing all against 21, except in the third arc where you're pretty much trying to help 21. And I mean, it was different because usually, in Dragon Ball games, they use the same story over and over again so many times to the point to where, you already know that Goku wins, that Frieza lose, that Cell lose, and so forth and so forth. And with this, they did something different because, it's the original story different, something people don't know what to expect and so forth. And, I mean, it was a good try, but I mean, at most I would say it's something worth trying if you are, tired of the same story from Dragon Ball Z and so forth over and over again. And even then, it's like Android 21 she was an alright character. I mean, it would be interesting if they put her in like the actual canon of Dragon Ball Super or the manga or something like that, but they probably ain't gonna ever do that. And if they do, it'd probably be a while before they do something like that, because technically the manga's still going on, so but yeah, I mean, this game, it's an alright game. I mean, the colors are the colors are popping here. It looks really good. The characters look really good. And I mean, I would say something that is somewhat annoying is that the DLC characters, they have a whole bunch of Gokus in this game. Like, I mean, I know Goku's like the star of Dragon Ball and so forth, and all these different characters and so forth, but to just use Gokus like one Goku after another, whether it be a Fusion Goku or Dragon Ball GT Goku, I mean, you'd think they use some other characters, like even Mr. Satan. I mean, he can't do much, but I remember there was a Dragon Ball game where you could play as Mr. Satan, or where you could play as Vegeta in his ape form, which was interesting. I forgot which Dragon Ball Z game did that, but there was one some time ago. But yeah, and yeah, I mean, you think they have more variety, and from what I understand, the next DLC character for Dragon Ball FighterZ will be that over-the-top Goku from Dragon Ball Super. And I mean, they should have bended that, but at the same time, they just have way too many Gokus in this game. Like, they're really overdoing it with the Gokus, because there's a whole bunch of other characters they could be using. So you think they would do that, because Exoverse 2, that game has a lot of characters, but at the same time it has a variety, like not just a whole bunch of Gokus. Whereas this game, it has just way too many Gokus. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't think there's much more to say about this game other than what I've already said. Other than that, like, I mean, this 2D fighting right here, I mean, it's alright. I mean, I like 3D fighting, but yeah, this fighting's alright and so forth, and the combos and so forth is simple, but yet it can be complex too if you're like really good at it. Obviously, I'm not really good at it. I mean, I'm using basic controls here for this game, so you know. But yeah, online mode and so forth, fighting against other people, that can be entertaining and so forth, I suppose. But at the same time, it can be frustrating if you're not good, because you come across someone who's really good and then you're just like murdered by that person because they're just over the top. So but yeah, this game was pretty good. It's a game worth checking out, but at the same time, I also got this game on sale, so obviously, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Yeah, and also I would say my favorite character on this game would have to be the Broly that I'm currently using, cause like he's like beast. He goes all the way into it and so forth. I mean, yeah, Broly would be my favorite character. And yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting if they make a sequel to FighterZ, but I mean, they probably won't anytime soon. But then again, who knows? Maybe they could. I mean, it's not impossible. I'm still waiting for Exoverse 3, really, because Exoverse 2 has been out for a long time. But that's besides the point. And yeah, I mean, if you like Dragon Ball Z, obviously I'm sure you'll like this game. But even if you don't like Dragon Ball Z, it's like, uh, this game, I mean, if you want a different story, yes, this game gives you a different story. But like I said, those 3 story arcs, man, like that Android story arc was very boring to me, in my opinion, because it really dragged out for way too long. I mean, you're playing as Android, as the female Android, and that other dude Android, I mean, for a majority of that story arc, and it's just boring and tedious, in my opinion. And then they have these link events, and I mean, it's interesting, but it's not like anything worth playing the game over and over again to find out all the different combinations and so forth. But yeah, that's pretty much, I think, all there is to say about this for the most part, that I can think of, to say the least, currently. But yeah, I mean, the story's worth checking out, I suppose, if you want something different, like I said before. And the fighting is, yeah, very entertaining for the most part. I mean, the way these characters look, they look really good. I mean, this is probably the best I've seen Dragon Ball characters ever look, in my opinion. Unless there's a game out there that where it looks better than this, which I don't think there is. But yeah, I mean, the one of the very downsides to this game is it just has way too many Gokus, and the story could have been less repetitive, in my opinion. But you know, that's what they did. And if they make a sequel to this game, well, hopefully they can come out with a better story and have way less Gokus in it. Because yeah, but other than that, yeah, that's what I think about FighterZ, and that's pretty much it. So yeah.